Hello there, and welcome back. I'm Antony Westwell. You're watching the continuation of Life of a Musician. This is episode 29. The last episode was all the way back in November of last year, specifically November the 6th. I've decided to get back into making videos on updates of my musical adventure. However, this time I'm planning on doing a monthly update instead of the weekly updates that I used to do. This will hopefully make the videos more compact with fun information instead of me just talking about this is my setup, this is me packing it down, these are some songs, now I'm going home. But even though it's only once a month, I will try and make it so that the first video goes up in the first week of the following month. This way I can talk about the previous month and have time from when the month ends to record and then edit and then upload. Now this video we have a lot to talk about. As you've noticed, I've been absent from doing these Life of a Musician videos. I've occasionally uploaded some original music on my channel. Also, let me just quickly mention, if you go over to my website, not only can you see my upcoming gigs, but I do have a few songs uploaded on there that aren't anywhere else. So if you're interested, make sure to go over there and give them a listen. There is actually a song on there that I am going to be uploading hopefully at the end of this week. Here's a little snippet of that song. But anyway, enough of talking about the website, let's dive into why we're here in this video. What have I been doing for the past year? Well, as you may know, if you've watched my other videos, I used to have a proper job all the way up until September last year. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's now September again, and the first week has passed, which means I've been a self-employed musician for a full year, and what a great deal of fun it has been. Now I do actually have a notebook here titled Antony Westwell Gigs, and if you look in here I write down all the gigs that I do, including what date. And the reason I mention this is because I thought it'd be kind of a fun idea to break down the years of how many gigs I have done in said years. Being a self-employed musician, you need more gigs. So let's see what the trend is. In 2022, I had one gig. That was the core. First gig, Sunday afternoon. But then in 2023, it goes up a bit to 38 gigs. 2024 goes up again, even more, to 97 gigs, just shy of 100. And now in 2025 so far, with still September, October, November and December left, obviously, I've done 114 gigs so far. Now if you're quick at maths, that means yesterday made it my 250th gig. Quite a cool milestone. And talking about being a self-employed musician, you need tons of gigs booked. I have managed to get 29 bookings for 2026 so far, so I'm hoping to do even more gigs next year compared to this year. So as you can see, it's been a steady increase. It helps that we still do hideouts, me and John, the King's Encore. This is the residency spot that we managed to get on Sundays from 2 till 4, but stuff like that obviously helps getting the gigs, because that in itself is like 52 gigs. Minus a few. And actually, speaking of weekly gigs, we now have got another weekly residency on Monday nights at the Lord Nelson in Hindley, and this is an open mic that we host. So if you're a musician in the Wigan area or you want to come down and visit, make sure to come down to the Lord Nelson on Monday nights from 8:30 onwards to take part in the open mic that we do. Yesterday was actually the first time we did the open mic, and it started all right. We're expecting it to gradually increase in popularity over time, hopefully. But if you are interested, make sure to come down. Also, speaking of weekly spots, for this month, September, and next month, October, I'm playing every Saturday 2 till 4 at Doe in Hindley as well, doing a bottomless brunch session. So this is another boost in terms of how many gigs I'll be doing this year. Being a 2 till 4 slot as well, I have got a lot of gigs after these on Saturdays as well. Now just another little quick update about residency spots. If you've watched my videos previously, you'll know I used to do Eddington Arms every month. Unfortunately this had to end in March this year. Nothing to really talk about, it just wasn't too busy for when I was on, so there was no real point me being there. It's good talking about all the new gigs that we get, but I also want to bring up changes that happened throughout the year, this being one of them. Sometimes you just have to say goodbye. But I had a fun run there. And thank you, Adele, the landlady, for having me for so long. I was actually there for 2 years. But what I would like to do now is quickly go over some significant events / venues that we've played at over the year. I'll not go over all of them, as there's been quite a few. Some solo gigs, some as the duo, some private functions. But I want to talk about some that could definitely have a boost in the forward progression of our music careers. And the first venue that I want to talk about is Fatbird in Wigan. This is probably the most significant venue because not only is it in Wigan Town Centre, but it's a dedicated music venue. Every time you play at Fatbird, it's busy. And actually, as of yet, we've only played supporting act slots. The night has started slow sometimes, but by the end of the first set, it is literally packed, which is good because we've also got some headlining slots booked in now. Another good thing about having a headline spot is you have time to do a gig beforehand as well. Just a quick interval here. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you right now, so if you are enjoying it, please like the video, and if you could also subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is we have played 2 festivals this year, and they both happened on the same weekend. This was only last month. The first event was Bolton Food and Drink Festival. This happened on Friday, the 22nd of August. This was a fun day. We was only playing for around 45 minutes, so like one normal set. So me and John did about 5 songs each. But then after us, we have a musician friend we know called Sean Calderbank, and he asked us if we wanted to play the cajon with him for his set. So John did a few songs and I did a few songs. And then my favourite part, food. Being a food and drink festival, there was lots of different stalls around, so I managed to get this burger. It was amazing. Whilst we was eating our food, we also watched our other musician friend, Logan Butler, and then that concluded that day. The second event that we took part in was the new and improved Hindley Fest. This takes place in Leyland Park in Hindley. Once again, we was meant to be doing 45-minute set, but on the day we was asked if we could do an hour, and we was like, sure. We did enjoy it, even though it was a very long day because we had Hideout before it, then we had Hindley Fest, and then at the end we had to shoot off to another gig. But while we were there, I believe somewhere there is some professionally taken pictures of us, so as soon as we get hold of them, we will upload it to our Instagram. And as I said, we couldn't stick around for the end of this gig because we had to shoot off to Charlie to do another gig, 9 PM till 12 PM. What a weekend it was. However, not as busy as this week / the past weekend. But before I talk about that specifically, the last type of gigs I want to talk about in this video are in the week gigs. As you may know or assume, being a musician, you usually get your income on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. However, over the past year, occasionally I play at a venue in Tilsley called Cellar 5, and as of the day of this recording, I'm also playing there tonight. I've played there a total of 4 times, this being the 5th, and I'm also booked in next Friday there. So hopefully people tonight who see me, I can advertise that next Friday I'm playing again, and it'll bring people back in. But as I'm mentioning, this is on a Tuesday, so it's great to get in the week gigs. And now another gig that I can get in the week now, these are only occasionally by the way, not like every month. Although sometimes it does happen where I play one month and I play the next month. But this venue, I've not played there before on a Thursday. It is also in Tilsley and it's called Roots and Chalice. I first started going to this venue for their open mic. This is hosted by a person called Colin Carrington. This is actually the man who showed me the music stand that I was so obsessed with in one of my previous vlogs, which I actually still use to this day. But anyway, back on track. I've been to this open mic quite a few times now, and then I also played there on a bank holiday in May earlier on in the year. Mental, but great. But as we're talking about in the week gigs, the open mic that they do lands on every other Thursday. Now they're going to do a gig following the week of the open mic. So one week it'll be the open mic, then a live act, open mic, live act. And that is where I'll be playing this Thursday. So to quickly give you an idea of what's happening this week / the weekend just gone, not including the open mic that I participated in at Core, hosted by John. I had 1 gig on Friday, 2 gigs on the Saturday, 1 gig on the Sunday, the open mic on the Monday. Tonight I'll be doing a gig, off Wednesday. Thursday I'll be doing a gig, Friday I'll be doing a gig, Saturday I'll be doing 2 gigs again, but then Sunday I'll be doing 2 gigs. And then finally, the open mic again on the Monday. What can I say? Busy, busy, busy. Now the final thing I'm going to talk about in this video is music videos, specifically performing type of videos Or, as I mentioned earlier, and if you've noticed, I've occasionally uploaded original music to the channel. I want to continue to do this, but unlike this, I'm going to structure it being uploaded in the first week of each month. But them type of videos I'll just upload when I have a project that I feel is decent enough to upload. I'll make a video for it and then put it on YouTube. However, I do have lots of small projects that I've started, such as on Logic, GarageBand, and even voice memos on my phone. So I'm also going to try and do another monthly video just updating my actual music. So not the gigging side of things, but my actual original material. Whether that be me showing you samples of these songs and talking about the idea of where I want it to go, or even me finishing a song, writing lyrics, maybe a slight recording process. Anything that I think might be a decent idea for a video. I will try and do these as well, as I said, monthly, and I'll try and bring them out 2 to 3 weeks after the Life of a Musician video. And just to clarify, the music videos that I have been doing don't count as these type of videos that I'm talking about now. So there could be a month where I have a Life of a Musician, update on original music, and then a cover or an original music video. Now let's have a breather. I think that's enough information for one video. Obviously I've had to cover the entire year and I've missed out quite a lot of things there. There's been some great gigs over the year that I've not talked about, but moving forward, the next video that comes out will obviously be in October, and I'll be talking about this month, specifically September, so I can kind of go into a bit more detail of each venue that we play at and anything significant that happens. But in this video I just wanted to update you, letting you know that I'm back, and hopefully I can get this channel progressing even further so you can get more insight to my life and my journey through music, and maybe to one day when I'm rich and famous. But as of yet, obviously I am not. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching, welcome back, or welcome if you're just new and this is the first video that you're watching. Please like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Comment down below anything you think I could have improved on or anything you enjoyed. So for now, goodbye, and I shall see you in the next video.